Hey APES, I'm here to walk you through the APES Essential Learning Plan that will explain to you how seniors can get credit for APES at GRP this year, how juniors can get credit for APES, and what everybody who's taking the exam should be doing to study as well. So right off the bat here, I want to just remind you guys to always think like a mountain, write like a scholar. From here on out, the plan is going to involve a lot of FRQ writing because that's one of the biggest skills we've worked on this year, and it's the biggest skill you'll need to show on the exam. So let's get into it here. If we look at what this document includes, it's going to be what you need to get credit for APES from GRP, but also what you need to be doing to be ready for that exam on the 18th. So APES credit from GRP. If you're a senior, you just need to have a passing grade in Infinite Campus based on all of the pre-COVID or the March 12th school closure. And there's a link at the bottom that we'll run through shortly that takes you through how to get that grade to passing. For juniors, you also need to have a passing grade, and then you need to be writing the 2 weekly FRQs on Google Classroom. That's because FRQs are just a totally essential skill for APES. Writing is an essential skill for college and beyond. And for people that are taking the exam, it's exactly what we should be doing anyway to get ready for it. So if we scroll down to the bottom to the helpful link section, I'm going to open the How to Get Your Grade to Passing in Infinite Campus link, and it's going to go to Google Classroom. And what you'll notice is from the stream here, if you click on classwork, I made a new topic in Google Classroom called How to Get Your Infinite Campus Grade to Passing. And you should do these assignments in this order here. So FRQ corrections, it's just doing them digitally, the way we've always done them in the class, using the scoring guide, just typing them digitally instead of writing them. So you can go on Infinite Campus, you can see your original score, and then you just correct the number of points you missed. So if you got a 4 out of 10, try to correct the 6 points you think you missed. If it's not perfect, I understand, but correct the number of points that you missed. Fossil fuel foldable, descriptions are here. Maybe you have it at home with you. You can take a picture of it. Maybe you need to redo it or do it digitally if you didn't do it in the first place. Go ahead and submit that when you're done. And then if you are still failing after both of those things, there's an option to do test corrections for Unit 6. That's a digital makeup test in AP Classroom. Just want to make sure to hit turned in when you're done with that, so I know to go check AP Classroom to see how you did on that. And the next section in the classwork section of AP Classroom, or Google Classroom, is the weekly FRQs. So this is juniors getting credit, but plus everyone taking the exam. So just, you want to make sure to open these here and actually fill out the FRQ in this document, hit turned in when you're done, then I'll grade it and pass it back, and you'll get feedback that you can look at. So that's going to be really helpful as we prep for FRQs. Now I want to walk you through just one slight change to the Google Classroom. If you notice, I changed the banner here to be a reminder of office hours every Monday through Thursday from 12 to 1. So you can join the Google Meet link here. You can ask me a question, you can type it, you can turn your audio on, turn your video on if you want to, and you can also just email me during those times. You can really email me anytime, but I'll be specifically dedicating that hour to answering any emails, but also I'll be in the Google Meet, so you can stop by and ask your question in person if you want. Now I want to walk you through the second part of the APES Essential Learning Plan here, which is exam preparation. So for everyone taking the exam, the best way that you can prep for this exam is writing as many practice FRQs as you can. And so if you click on this link here, this is going to be a link to a PDF that gives you student screenshots of what it will look like. But we have a really neat option, which is a bunch of optional student practice FRQs. So you can either look right in your welcome page here and see these new assignments, or you can scroll down and under assignments, you'd see your assignments here. Normally you can go to optional student practice. Now I don't have to assign these, they're already automatically assigned, so you can write them. The other really cool thing, and this is a mobile view as well if you are using this on your phone of what it would look like. The other cool thing is that after you've written it, so you've typed your answer in here, then when you go to submit, if you want to, you can review the actual scoring guide that I use to score your FRQ. So it would show you the scoring guide down here, and you can revise your answer if you want. So this is probably the single best FRQ prep resource that's out there right now. Writing the FRQ and then unlocking the scoring guide as soon as you're done. So you can basically score it yourself. I'm happy to still score it and give you feedback if you submit it to Classroom. but you have that self-review feature there where you can see the scoring guide yourself, which I think is just super powerful. So I highly recommend doing that. From a teacher standpoint, it looks like this. Assignments would be here, but then you'd go over to optional student practice. This might look a little bit different than your version, but it's going to be roughly the same. The other really cool thing is if you look at all of the titles, analyze an environmental problem, analyze an environmental problem, analyze an environmental problem, design an investigation, design an investigation. They've basically handpicked all of the FRQs that are going to be the skills covered on the exam. So on the exam, you have 2 FRQs, analyze an environmental problem, propose a solution, and design an investigation. So they're giving you kind of the hand-selected best FRQs to practice. So I highly, highly recommend doing some of these optional student practice FRQs. Like I said, I'll check in to see how they're going. I'll leave you feedback, but you can also self-score it by using that scoring guide. So back to the essential learning plan that we have here. For people that are doing exam prep, we have Zoom meetings every Friday at 3. Really, those are open to everybody, but we'll be spending them really focused on FRQ writing since that's the skill that we're going to need to show on May 18th. And so on Fridays, we'll be going over the 2 assigned weekly FRQs. So it's really critical that you write those by Friday. Then you can come to that Zoom meeting and we'll break down great exemplars of student work. We'll score some from past FRQs that have been written. And so it's just a really, really good chance to end the week with some great FRQ review. And then the last thing, very important to do this, go check out the new YouTube channel. Somebody left a comment in the weekly check-in. They said, you're going to need to get some banner art. Well, Canva had me covered there. So we have the new banner art. If you subscribe to this, you'll get notifications if you turn them on when I post a video. And you can access all these in Edpuzzle, but I know for some folks, YouTube is just a more comfortable platform to use. So you're welcome to watch them here. They're not like the Edpuzzles of the past where they pause 50 times throughout and make you write sticky notes. Since we're reviewing, you can just watch the video. There will be one practice FRQ at the end of it that I recommend writing, but there's not a bunch of pauses all throughout. So the time that you see down there, 9 minutes or 11 minutes, that's the actual runtime of the video. All right, everybody, I hope this little video walkthrough was helpful. As a reminder, this PDF here has pretty much all of the information you need to, 1, make sure you have a passing grade in Infinite Campus, which everybody needs, and then 2, that you know where to find the FRQs that we're writing each week, and then 3, that if you're taking that exam on May 18th, you know exactly what to do in order to be ready for that, and that's write optional practice student FRQs, come to those Friday Zoom meetings, and make sure you check out as many of the YouTube review videos as you can. And as always, think like a mountain, write like a scholar.